Well, I thought it was about time that I did a bit of a seventh. I think we've been living in the motorhome 7 to 8 months now, and just wanted to kind of do a pros and cons, having been in all seasons around America and just what it's been like, especially having a family. My wife Alyssa and I have a baby, as you all know, and another one along the way.
How would you feel?
We've been travelling full time for the past 8 months around America. Overall, America is freaking awesome. Living in a motorhome is incredible, and I have been so impressed, and I have been so I've been loving so much of RV living. The fact that you feel so free, the fact that you can move wherever you want and you've got free accommodation wherever you want, the fact that you've got cooking facilities, fridge facilities, shower facilities, toilet facilities, sleeping facilities, great relaxation facilities where you can just chill and you've got your own space wherever you go is probably the most incredible concept of travel that I've experienced yet. Before we moved to America and bought an RV, I was part of a company called Virgin Australia. And part of the perks of working for Virgin Australia meant that I had free travel. And so I got a lot of traveling done in the 10 years that I was there, and pretty much got to travel a lot of the world, to experience a lot of different cultures and to experience just travel in general, and loved it. And now I think that's probably what shot me into wanting to RV, live in a motorhome or live in a small space and travel for a long time, is because I really enjoy culture and travel and the way different people are living and the way different economies are thriving and the way other economies aren't doing so well, and I just feel very intrigued by the world in general. And so all that in perspective with living in an RV, dude, this is freaking incredible. You guys in America have got such a great opportunity to, for one, your RVs and your motorhomes are so cheap. You look anywhere else in the world, you look at Europe, you look at Australia, New Zealand, it is expensive to buy a motorhome like this. If I was to buy a motorhome like this back in Australia, we're talking over 30 grand or over 40 grand to get something decent. And even that, there's hardly any motorhomes there. The good style of motorhome would probably be over $100,000. As soon as you look here, you could buy a pretty decent motorhome for 5 grand. When we're in LA, we had a look around at a lot of motorhomes. They might have been that little bit older, but they were awesome. I would do anything to be able to buy a motorhome like that back in Australia. And not only that, have you got incredible motorhome options, you've got the most vast country of spectacular things to see. It's just, you've got an incredible place. You can go from the alpines of Pennsylvania and Maine, and then within a couple of days you can be in the tropics of Florida Keys, and then out to the desert of Texas, and there's just so much going on, and I've only just been able to sort of scratch the surface of what it's been like to travel here. So okay, so aside from that, so the good I just explained is you are so free. You can do whatever you want when you want, and it's cheap. And that in itself is enough incentive for anyone to want to do it. The bad is just simply getting used to, and not even that, it's the fact that you're in such a small space. I don't think you can ever truly get used to it, considering if you've got a family. Alyssa and I love spending time together. This has been such an incredible trip for us, but we know we love to have our own time and our own space. And I feel like as a couple and even as a family, sometimes being in this like, I thought the opposite when I first started this trip. I thought that, you know, it'll bring us closer together, in which it has in elements, being in a small space. But if I'm to be honest, those small parts of your life where you have your own you time and you can kind of be away from everything, it's extremely important. And that is what I wished we learnt to balance earlier, is just finding our own time. So Alyssa's got her own time and space. She's got time away from, you know, being a mum and being a wife for a bit, and she can just chill, relax, enjoy, revitalise herself. And the same for me. And so, aside from that, I know that's extremely vague, but I feel like if you are okay at working on those things, I really believe you should try it. I really believe you should try a trip around America, even if it's only for a couple of weeks. I just feel like America, you guys have got an incredible opportunity to explore something that I know is going to open up your world and expand your horizons. And I'm just pumped. RV living in America is so freaking awesome that I would recommend it to anyone. Hopefully now we're kind of coming to the end of our journey here in America, because we found out we've got a miracle child along the way, and we're going to have to make our way back to Australia to give birth to the baby. So this coming February is actually the safest time for us to fly, so we're selling the motorhome and flying back to Australia. But the thing is, we've still got a window of opportunity before it gets too painful for Alyssa to travel, that we're considering buying a small combi van and trying out really small van living, especially because in Australia, like, it's hot there, so we know we're going to be spending a lot of time at the beach, but Australia's very different parking. You can kind of park in isolated beaches all throughout Australia, whereas you can't do that as much in America because of the population. So I would love to do, even if it's just a couple of months around Australia, while I'm not back at work, just to experience the opportunity. So that's really the true raw facts of, like, the pros and cons of RV living. It's the cheapest, most enjoyable holiday you will ever have. So do it. Give it a go.